With many unexpected things coming one after the other in the year, I decided why not add my name to the list. For the first time ever, I went live, and the reason is the Southeast Asian region having its own tournament, and this time Indian players are there too. With all the things left to digest, let's look into all the action that came in the match 1 MCB upper bracket semi-finals. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video we will review the first match in the latest MCB Cup Blank Nation vs T2K. If you missed out on my live stream where I did some revelations too, then go check it out now for the live experience. But if you prefer the highlights more, then let's go straight for it. Let's start with the game 1 drafting phase. We start the game drafting phase with Roger and Matilda banned from the side of T2K and Herrick Fenny getting banned from the side of Blank Nation. Respecting the meta picks right now. Roger is an absolute beast right now in the gold, right? And had its unlimited dash and shield. And I don't need to say anything about Matilda Airlines and Fenny mobility. Great bans from both sides.
Your team is banned.
Fredrin gets banned as the last ban for the first phase from the side of T2K, taking out Daddy out of the equation. Blank Nation decides to take Angela, which is another hot pick right now. Bobe picks Luoi, who is just rising a lot in pro scenes right now because of her teleports. And in response, Blank Nation picks up Nathan and Yuzong. After the recent ultimate buffs, Nathan has become too scary and Yuzong will be the most dependable EXP laner if in the right hands, right? T2K responds with Chip for Apex and Nolan for Yahoo, which were left completely open, utilizing the map control and increasing it even further. Debrun gets his hand on Novaria and the first pick are also done. T2K managed to get the better half here, if you ask me. In the second phase of bans, T2K opts to ban Mino and Martis playing it safe, and Blank Nation bans Claude and Brody targeting Witch. In response, T2K Moscow, the sleeping monster in the gold lane right now, and T2K pick up Akai. Due to some technical issues, the last picks were not shown, but it was Arlord picked from T2K and Tigreal picked up for the side of Blank Nation. And with this, we enter the game 1 of the upper bracket semi-finals of MCB Season 3. Game starts with not much action in the first minute. Turtle spawns up and Fizz starts it from the side of Blank Nation. Yahiko with his super fast jungling can be seen almost 2 levels ahead of Fizz at this point, showing us that experience matters a lot in pro stages. Fizz secures the turtle and we can see first clash. Debrun from Blank Nation manages to get the first blood, but the team fights get completely turned back with this gorgeous yin yang from Bobe, securing a triple with the help of Mazarap in the early game. Yahiko, showing his experience, disengages and quickly goes for the jungle steal, a very smart move here, denying Fizz his resources. Blank Nation tries to flank them off, but with a good goal lead and great map control from Luoi and Chip, they just easily get pushed back by T2K, showing the importance of the map control in the mid stages of the game, which results in free second turtle for the side of T2K. T2K tried to force top, and we can see which may be because of miscommunication caught in a very bad position between Tigreal, Akai and Nathan, and Blank Nation punishes him for such a basic mistake. My guy, you need to gear up. A whole country is looking and rooting out for you. Just in the next minute, we witness another intense moment. T2K trying to catch Blank Nation off guard with 2 teleportation skills, but end up getting caught. Thanks to Yahiko for holding his ground so well, it turns the whole scenario upside down, along with Masarap showing us that why he is one of the best in Nepal. Throughout the mid-game, T2K just abuses their insane map control with Apex, giving every information you need on the map. That's what giving vision is called, guys. Make your roam friend watch this 100 times so he can also start providing it. Next comes this epic play by Bobe on Luoi, teleporting to the bot lane bush and catching De Bruyne with a surprise. Blank Nation tries to re-engage, but they manage to take Bobe down. But as T2K are far ahead in goal now, they just capitalized on it and killed them all one by one, increasing the lead even further. Constant snowball in the mid-games is another such strategy used by pros to gain the advantage. 8 minutes, T2K have a 6k goal lead already, but being disciplined, they go for the microplays, like this ambush onto Error, who was just trying to open the bush. Taking out all the towers, T2K managed to have complete map control as of now and cornered Blank Nation inside their inhibitors. A testament that they have both micro and macro plays up their sleeves. We are in the late game, first load spawns, which just come as a free gift from Blank Nation to T2K. T2K chooses the discipline route and focuses on pushing the inhibitors, and they also manage to take down the mid inhibitor, making the nexus wide open. Not forcing it and throwing the huge goal lead they had, T2K decides to stall for the next load. Error tries to catch Masarab for a quick kill but fails miserably, leaving the whole Blank Nation in a bad spot. Meanwhile, Witch and Yaiko are melting the lords. To be frank, Blank Nation messed up here and T2K just used it to their advantage, turning the team fight around and securing the win. With the game won, thing was sure Nepal has come here to make it a statement, which was very clear with their game. The first game was just a sweep by team T2K and we saw Yaiko really shining in this game. With the first match done, we saw a player swap from the Blank Nation to see if they can do something. Guys, we were really having fun with the chat. That time, if you couldn't tune in the last time, no worries. We have another live which is going to be announced on our community channel and WhatsApp channel, and it will be tomorrow. So stay tuned, and we also have a giveaway where you can win diamonds, so don't miss out.
Okay.
Let's head into the drafting phase. And again, for the comfort picks for Yaiku are being taken out as soon as possible from the Blank Nation. And we see a Harith and Fredrin ban from the T2K. I can see why Harith and Fredrin are being banned. It's simple, it's hard to counter Fredrin, and Harith is too good in the gold lane. In the next ban, we see Angela getting banned. She has a very high ban rate this time around. We saw a Matilda ban from the T2K to minimize the utility of Team Blank Nation. With the first ban phase done, Team Blank Nation insta picks Luo Yi. She has come into pro meta out of nowhere. In the next phase, we see a chip pick for Apex and Roger for Rich. Team Blank Nation picks up Brody for that early game advantage. In the next phase, we see Noveria being picked to counter that Luo Yi and to have some decent utility. In the next ban phase, we see Team T2K ban Minotaur to remove some more utility from the opposite side. We see a Yuzong ban from the Blank Nation to safeguard that Luo Yi from dives. And finally, we have Team T2K banning Martis to limit the snowball potential, and Team Blank Nation banning Link to remove comfort picks for Yai. We see Terizla being picked by Masara. Due to some technical issues, we don't see the last few picks. But we see that Error and Meliodas picking Florin and Barretts, and Witch picking up Nathan, which means that Roger was going into the jungle. The draft is done. I guess it's time to head into the match. We see that Barretts is being guarded by Blank Nation, a good move from the team. We see the same thing being done by Team T2K. But you know, the Apex was still that annoying roam, giving vision and trying to stall the blue. But due to Chip's early game damage, we see that Florin is low and had to retreat. In the EXP lane, we see that Xbox keeping his pressure on the Terizla, but it's not really easy to take him down. In the first few minutes of the game, we don't see much action, everyone is just focusing on farming. We did see a few moments where we thought all hell would break loose, but no, the game was steady and smooth. We did see Team Blank Nation putting pressure on the EXP lane a lot. The early by 3 minutes we saw that Team T2K had a small goal lead, and when it was time for the first turtle, we do see that all hell breaks loose, where we see an excellent ultimate from Terizla tripping the whole Blank Nation lineup. That's why EXP laners are so important. We see a beautiful snipe from Bobe taking down Barretts, which is perfect because Yaiku secures the first turtle. We saw excellent position from the team T2K, that's why they were able to not only get the first blood but also secures one more kill on top, which just gave them a nice goal lead. The next few minutes the game is slow because Blank Nation is shifting their focus on the goal lane and Team T2K goes passive because they want to maintain that goal lead that they have built. Since Team Blank Nation completely sits in the goal lane, Team T2K takes advantage and takes down Xborg by cornering him. But as this is happening, we see that Blank Nation does the trade for Terizla and Chip. As the game does move on, we do see that Team T2K has their consistent gold and they are not making any mistakes. While the next turtle is up, we don't really see a fight for it and Yaiku just takes it. Although it is questionable, Blank Nation wanted to play it safe and didn't want to extend the goal lead of Team T2K. In the next few minutes, we see their gold laner being taken down. As the match moves on, we don't really see any changes or bounce backs from Blank Nation. The game keeps on moving and T2K keeps on building their gold lead. You can see that from how many turrets that they are losing. And when the next turtle comes, all hell breaks loose again, as Team BN decides to contest the turtle again. I couldn't really understand the line of thought behind Team Blank Nation. Why contest for it when you have 5 to 6k behind? Because of this mistake, their whole team is wiped out and T2K gets in a massive gold lead of 11k. At this stage, it's really difficult to win, but Blank Nation do hold their ground for some time. But Yaiku and Witch takes the load, which just ends the game fast at 11:24. To call this game a massacre would be an understatement. Blank Nation really couldn't hold their ground. According to me, Blank Nation just lost their game in the draft by not picking heroes who skill with gold. But with that, match 2 ends, Team T2K sweeps the game. So guys, what do you think? Did you join our live session? Will you be joining it to win some diamonds? Comment down all your thoughts down below. So that will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.